Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll start the drive with a carry by Emmett. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Daniels rolling to his left. Now a short one to Gesicki. Finding room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried? Kind of froze when he got outside the pocket and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first. Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. Smith catches left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Line of now on 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the draw, Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. He'll buy some time right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Devin Hester from 21 yards away. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing to start the drive. Peterson. Oh, his first throw of the game. Going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6. Jet touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Breaks through the contact, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He's got this downfield to McBride, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Peterson. It's caught. Beckham. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun. Peterson. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. 49 yards. And the Steelers are back within a score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Let's go now.
A give up the middle. It's Emmett. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Daniels looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action. Daniels. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The rookie from LSU leading this offense well. A good throw there leads to a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. Now it's Daniels. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They go back to the ground now with Smith. Down to about the 22 here. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, well, no doubt about it.
The legend goes that Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low. The only person, though, that came up and said, hey, mine's too high, Emmitt Smith.
You're kidding.
How can you rate Emmitt Smith too high? That's the question.
Boy, talk about humble. That's taking modesty to a new level.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And the 13-year man puts it through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Complete. Jefferson to target. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equal.
And this will be caught at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Justin Jefferson, 71 yards. And the Steelers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And here. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Peterson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He's into space past the 25. Still going. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Tyler Conklin, 49 yards. And the Steelers have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the pass. Capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that's off the mark, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Steps away. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They go play action here on first down. A short one here, caught by McBride. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Second and 4. He gets this out to Spiller. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Come on, come on. Hey! Move it, 19! 18!
They'll try and run for it with Spiller. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Peterson throwing on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run behind center with Spiller. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, it's Spiller. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Greetings from just across the New York-New Jersey border in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. We've got a couple of teams, Greg, that can make it happen with the defensive front. That's going to be...
With the importance of the passing game in today's NFL, Mike, you know how great it is to be able to disrupt that timing and throw off the quarterback's rhythm. And no better way to do that than by being able to get after him. Secondary intact. If this defensive line can cause havoc in the pocket for this quarterback, it's going to go a long way towards slowing down what's been a very good offense.
Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. He's going to test this secondary right away. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. Heel. A little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. They'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. It's a gain of 34. They'll try zone read on 1st and goal. And he will take it in himself. Touchdown, KC. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This is going to be taken in. And they are going to be back. return stopped him right in his tracks. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Going for it all. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs move out on top, 14-0. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now on the return, he has lost the football. But he'll gather it back in. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Taken in by Gesicki. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Play action. Here's Daniels. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. Look at the big man go. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. Here's a first carry for their running back. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Past midfield. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And the Jets will have great field position right around midfield.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Drive will start on the ground. Oh, he coughs up the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. This one complete right side. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll push forward here down to about the 27. Anthony Walker there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Now Butker to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs move out to a 21-3 advantage. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Jones now on the return. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Ready? Ready?
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
1918. Let's go now. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He'll have a Jets 1st down as he's able to get it to the 37-yard line. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. On 1st down, Daniels. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Jets 1st down. Now Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
On 3rd down, they'll throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. That's picked up by the Chiefs.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and there's the catch. But before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. And now he loses the football.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Daniels. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Ready.
To throw is Daniels. He'll go right and find his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. So we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Jones now on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
Ready.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Aiden Hutchinson, the former 1st rounder, in on the tackle. On the ground, Gainwell. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. Daniels now going to look to throw. The throw on the run is complete. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. And he's got his team a 1st down. Here's Daniels. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw with Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Jets are able to cut into the deficit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. Now a give on the ground, and he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Andrew Billings from the interior there to bring him down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. Oh, and he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. That's the safety, Budda Baker. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position, a huge chance to cut into the deficit. Now Gainwell. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A throw right side is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll stay on the ground. Not a lot on that one. He'll take it down to the 36. Here's a 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, they run the counter. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. It is 3rd and 10. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
Well, Brock, the fans were out and shouting J-E-T-S Jets well before the gates opened here, and now they fill the stands of MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create. But now, well, now's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Daniel's gonna throw to get us started. Able to find Jones. And he's gonna be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Working quickly here. On 1st down, here's Daniels. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he takes this one back for the pick six. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly considered too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. Defense showing blitz. Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. He's on the move. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Vacates quickly left side. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This finds Smith. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense up to the line fast. From the 47. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
And he's brought down at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10 now. He's got Smith. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down.
Okay, ready?
So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal.
Ready?
Running it after the penalty. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. More from MetLife coming right up.
On the set.
Back now for the 2nd quarter, and the Jets, they've got to look towards that end zone. Here he goes on the bootleg. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Daniels, 3rd and goal. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets start to fight back with their first points of this game. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets tie this game 7-7. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Allen comes out throwing. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jets will be on the doorstep of the end zone as he is stopped just short of a pick 6.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. And it's the Jets, who only need a couple on 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Set.
He gets another shot here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jets get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Jets get it back after making their third first half interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 23, into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. From the red zone now. That's who is running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Escapes the pocket. And they will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets grow their lead just before halftime. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Now the Jets keeping the offense on the field. They're going to go for 2. He's throwing for it. And he's got it. They get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. 1st and 10 from the 41. Okay, the wide receiver is going to get it to begin the drive. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he takes this down to around the 39 before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff now to the receiver. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now Allen off the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Pass caught, 9-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Now to get in, here's 1st and goal. They'll try with the wideout. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. Not sure we can call these gadget plays anymore, partner. Not like we could in the early 2000s, right? Because receivers who can run it, well, they become an important part of many NFL offenses, especially down in the red zone.
And that's because the reality you face is there's only so many conventional plays. Really, there's only so many
And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. So we've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. He fields it from the 8. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. First and 10 now with all of 15. Daniels back to throw. Flush down out to his left. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that grows their lead to 12.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
He's out of bounds on that return, Brock, as that takes us into the break. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
It's Allen out of the pistol. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Third and long, it's Allen. Able to find Dotson here. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty. Well, whether they intended to run the play or not, it doesn't. They drew the flag, and they've got themselves a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, so many times you get to these 4th and shorts, and you know that defense is antsy. You're reminding yourself as a quarterback in that huddle, hold your water, guys. Hold your water, because this defense could get jumpy, and they just did.
On 1st down, Allen. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. To the air again, Allen. Caught, nice gain left side. He makes it in for the touchdown. These guys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And his guys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Return coming from the 6. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Daniels now. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Lone back gets the handoff. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brought down by the veteran, Von Bell.
1 yard gain. Brings up 7.
Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
The ball carrier. William the refrigerator carry on the tackle.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Forced out to his right. He's running for it. Oh, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the defense.
There are so many fundamental details to play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
Buys time, rolling. Oh no, they get him yet again. And he's gonna go. It's a pick 6. Jets lining up for another 2-point attempt. They give it to the back of the zone read. And he'll get into the end zone. Their lead now up to 13 points. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh my, that's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. First and 10 from the 41. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Trying for the deep ball. And they pick him off again. And the Jets get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Design bootleg here. Headed out right. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Von Bell takes it away. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought the defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That one's caught along the left sideline. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pressure coming, it's Allen. Now he's past the 25. And that is a touchdown. These guys now within 1 score in the 4th. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
19, Charger, 19, go.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Daniels to throw. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here we go, set.
He'll look to throw it. Has the connection to Jones. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Here we go.
Setting up to pass. Pitts brings it in. And he's out of bounds. That is not going to be enough. He made a bid for it, but he was a couple yards short. That's a turnover. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Another give to the wideout. Man, he has been busy. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that. You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Cut at the 10-yard line. And he will take this in. Touchdown. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
Fox now to kick this one away. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Back to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. To throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Give now to the running back. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. They call a timeout here. They've got the timeout, so with 5 seconds left, a kick could win this game. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. This is going to be a 46-yarder. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Power squib kick is taken in. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the win goes to the Jets. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that's going to do it for us here at EA Sports. This has been another presentation of Madden Ultimate Team. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York. Mere fees from where the Georgia Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. the place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Welcome in, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt on the call for you for this one. And I'm sure a lot of people in attendance and watching from home, Brock, they've already got the winner made up in their mind. But I'll tell you one thing, we've got a sideline down there ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance. You can look at metrics. You can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off. And from there, it's anybody's game.
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Buying some time right. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. We're working a couple of yards past the line. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. Now Daniels off the play action. Buying some time left. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Play fake here, Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. They give it to him again. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Runs in for the New York touchdown. The Jets finish up an excellent opening series. The tight end gets it on the fake. And he can't make it in, so they get the game's first touchdown, but won't add another 2 onto it. Could have been 7 if they'd tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. He'll take this at the 10. Returns looking good so far. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Called in left side. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
2nd and 10 now. That's caught. He found some space. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big tight end.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Into the hands of Pitts. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Cooper DeJean with the stop. The give here on 2nd. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. The Jets with a lot of ground between where they are now and where they need to go. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From the gun, it's Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Lays out. What a catch. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New set of downs for him from the 46. Daniels on 1st down. This finds Smith. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And they take him down right along the 30. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He rolls to his right. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left. Fields it, and he's has it. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL. And we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. And a stumble coming out of the locker room at halftime as the kick goes out of bounds, Brock. So our first drive of the half is going to begin all the way up at the 40. First and 10 from the 41.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now looking to throw. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Picked off, Brandon Jones. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Rolling out to his left. Now here he goes.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Completed to his running back. 6. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Getting out to his left. Throw complete to Williams. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 now. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So that brings them to 3rd down. They put a receiver in motion right. Daniels throwing on 3rd. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Working quickly here. From the red zone now. Vacates quickly left side. Now he takes it. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Offense up to the line fast. Here's a give on 1st and goal. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on.
Throwing now, Daniels. The back grabs it. And that's a New York touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets jump in front now by 5. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Chooses to bring this one out. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19.
One is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do that tight ends, that's big time.
And he's there to send that.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Throw on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This will be caught by Adams. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
With pick number 6, brings up second and 4 at the Jets' 46-yard line.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
18, Pioneer. Let's go now.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
19 light. Come on. Hey, Warrior 70.
He's back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Daniels now. This one's taken in by Hill. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
Sure showed off some mobility on that.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And he'll get them enough for a first down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Jets with a 5-point lead. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now Daniels off the play action. Hits his running back. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they take him down right along the 30. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
First down, New York.
Here he is to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
He brings it in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. 3rd and just 2 to go. This is Gainwell. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Gotta hurry this to the line. Back to throw. The throw is caught. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So once again, the Jets going for 2.
Cougar 19.
He's throwing for it. And he has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late.
Quarterback's best friend, big targets in the red zone. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
And that kick is going to go out of bounds, and you know what that means. That ball is headed to the 40. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That's completed right side. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Let's go now.
Setting up a throw. Throwing this back in the end zone. To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Trying to find his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Now to throw. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium.